Now, Wichita is under a flash flood emergency, so we do want to bring in Wichita Fire Rescue Battalion Chief Jose O'Cady. He's live on the phone here joining us this afternoon. I want to thank you for joining us as we continue to monitor what's happening in your city. We have up this shot here because this is a highway that has been seeing instances of flooding. How has the department there responded to all of this flooding, and how are things happening across the city at the moment? I know that you're under this emergency, and it's really been in place over the last couple of hours.
Yeah, right now, most of the flooding that's occurring is on the east side of the city itself. We have quite a number of submersion calls since the rainfall really started building up on us here in the city of Wichita. So right now, all of our crews are monitoring radios if they haven't been dispatched, but we have our heavy rescue water rescue team deployed out, and numerous of our water rescue team members and other fire trucks deployed throughout the city also.
And when it comes to these flash flood emergencies, they happen almost in an instant. And we kind of watched that play out through this afternoon. Now that we have been in this for maybe about an hour and a half or two, are there any mandatory evacuation orders that are going to go into effect or have been in effect prior to this?
Well, we haven't had any type of notification from emergency management. Right now, I think most of our concerns are just our streets that are being overwhelmed with as much water rainfall that we've occurred. We've had a total of 58 calls that we've been able to clear in a short time span. We've had to deploy the boat one time. So right now, we're just monitoring and assisting where we're getting dispatch from the calls itself.
Okay, and if maybe we have family members watching and they have family there in Wichita, what's some of the things that you want those residents here in Wichita to know? What should they do once, the water begins to recede and we start to see kind of these storms move off towards the east of you?
Yeah, just want to make sure that everybody's still aware of the currents. And as the water does recede eventually, which right now it doesn't seem like anytime soon, we just want everybody to avoid these areas where you have any type of flooding. It might just look as small as a foot, couple inches. Avoid those areas, turn around, don't drown. And that's where most of our calls are coming in, is that we have cars driving into areas in the streets that are flooded, and then their vehicle stalls, and then we'll have to either go out there and rescue them from the standpoint of deploying our boat or even assisting them in the water itself.
Okay, and one last question. Has this ever happened here in Wichita before, to your knowledge, while being in your position?
Yes, we've had numerous floods here back from when I first started over 20 years ago. So it just depends on the amount of rainfall. And like you said, right now, this is to the extreme of the amount of rainfall that we haven't had in such a long time.
Okay, well, we know you guys have a very busy evening ahead of you. I want to thank you again for joining us here on Fox Weather to talk about this flash flood emergency. That's Wichita Fire Rescue Battalion Chief Jose O'Cady. Thanks again for joining us here.